Got it. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for everyone that's here. We're here to talk about this is our team meeting for the month. This is my first one, so if you don't know me, I'm Shawn, the team leader here. I am so thankful to be in business with you guys. If you aren't attending and in this class right now, I hope to see you guys soon, whether it be in meetings, masterminds, power-ups, or just scheduling an appointment with me. I want to see your business grow, as well as you guys maintaining a good, healthy work-life balance, which is hard in real estate, I know. So let's get this started. I have a inspirational video for you guys because, well, we all need a lot more inspiration on a daily basis than we like to admit. Me especially. So let's get this started. Can I get a confirmation or a light switch?
Like a circuit switch. Once you believe you are something, you actually embody that feeling. If you were, God forbid, in a coma, and you woke up, and you didn't really have a memory, and you were told that you used to be a Navy SEAL, and they want you back now when you're healthy, do you think you'd act differently and hold yourself differently, conduct yourself differently, and have a different self-concept of who you are than if you told you were an animatronic? Being successful in life is all about having the proper belief system in who you are. Truly believing that you are something unique, that you are something special in that field. If you truly believe inside of you that you are one of the best actors in the world, you will be entirely different than if you're like, I hope I'm good. Your expressions will be totally different. Your tone of voice. You'll talk in a more convincing fashion. You'll use your natural voice instead of a scripted one. You'll be more emphatic. You'll be more real, more relatable. Our brain is like a circuit. And so if we introduce it with the proper wiring, you're going to go straight to your dream. If you're unsure about who you are, then your dreams, your goals, they will never become a reality. Everyone has mental doubts in life, internal conflicts. Even the most successful people that you look up to, but they don't live there. It's how you handle those negative thoughts in that exact moment and overwhelm them with positive action. And that comes with this utmost confidence in yourself that you can handle the situation. Trust in yourself that you are better than the moment.
The greats think differently. The greats see differently, right? The greats have a different worldview. The greats, they approach the game in a totally different way. So I need you to do me a huge favor. I need you to think about what you're thinking about when your effort is low. Because if you can get this, you can get any success you want in life. You can have anything you want in life if you can get this. The next time you give a low effort, right? You give it 70% or 50% or 30%. I want you to think about what you're thinking about when your effort is low. If your effort is low, you're probably not thinking about the opportunity. You're probably thinking about the obligation. And when you think about E.T., how you stay pumped up? E.T., how you stay on fire? E.T., how you always driven? Even in the midst of trials and tribulations, even in the midst of your haters, when people try to break you and tear you down, E.T., how do you stay strong? I keep thinking about the opportunity. Every single day, I'm thinking about the opportunity, and I'm not looking at this thing as an obligation. I'm not looking at this thing as something that I have to do, or that I'm forced to do, right? Something that somebody's making me do. Every time I wake up, I'm thinking, I'm alive, baby. This is the day. This is an opportunity. If you want what you've never had before, if you want to do what you've never done before, if you want to be what you've never been before, change your mentality. And I want you to see that effort goes up when you look at it as, I got an opportunity of a lifetime. But you should be excited about the fact that you have an opportunity.
I'm going to switch on the backlight for me, please. Thank you. You guys agree with that?
Opportunity.
Talked about it in the morning power up. today. I've actually talked about it a couple times, and you guys are going to start hearing me say things. You're like, Blake, are you going crazy? You've already said this. I don't care. Most of the time, I don't say it for you guys. I say it for myself. And whatever is able to feed me, I can only imagine is going to help feed others as well. Every single day, I have to remind myself that if I look at today as an obligation, I won't be able to give it my 100%, and that's what the people around me deserve. I'm just going to repeat this, and I've repeated it to people who have been at Power Ups, but it's resonated so heavily with me. That's why I feel so blessed to be at this job, at this level, as your guys' leaders, because it elevates my thinking. And if my thinking is elevated, I get to ask you guys questions that can elevate your thinking. What you guys may or may not realize, the power of our thoughts is going to dictate where our life goes. And we have that conscious decision every single day, hour by hour. If you don't want to look at it as a whole day or a whole week, whole month, whole year, it's an hour by hour thing. Some days are really hard for me. I got to meditate on the hour, 5 minutes to myself. I got to pray to my Heavenly Father. Give me the strength. Give me peace. Whatever it is for you, but me being conscious of my thoughts and the power that they contain has elevated my life in 3 years beyond anything and everything else. And it all starts here. It all starts with the power of our thoughts. We're feeding ourselves these thoughts, whether they're good or bad, and whether we realize it or not. Why do you think our circle is so important? Who do we have in our life? Is it negative people? Are they feeding negative juices and energy into my brain that, number one, I can't have, because if I got to be who I need to be for the people around me, I can't have that negativity in my life. And if I do, say you have a bad client, after that conversation, after that sit-down appointment, I'm spending some time with myself to get my mind right, because whoever, Seller Bob or Buyer Joe, they need me at 100% and not 70%. And that's what differentiates you from all the other agents out there. So it starts here, guys, each and every morning. I was listening to a podcast, the first and the last hour, I think we talked about this too, Massey, are the most important hours of your day. What are you feeding yourself in that first hour? You turn on TV and watching garbage? Listen to garbage in the radio? Yeah, coffee. And then my hour starts. I'm the same exact way. But are you guys reading books that's feeding your brain? If I don't start my day close to the same way, that one day that I didn't, I feel off all day. Whether it's going to the gym, getting in my word, being in prayer, not drinking coffee. I can't even really start life without a cup of coffee, and lately it's been 2. And I'm like, oh crap, this is not a good way that I'm going, because then I got tea in the afternoon and everything else. But it all boils down to the power of our thoughts, and that first hour of the day is so important. Are we feeding ourselves on a daily basis? Guys, I don't care if you're 21 or you're 87. We have the conscious ability every day to feed our mind and to be learning based. And that will dictate the power of our life and the influence we have on others around us. Something I'm really, really passionate about. Mental health is so important to me. And I want to be here for you guys in more ways than just helping you grow your business. Like, that's second, third, fourth. I believe that the vine is you, and it stems from your heart, and that money, successful businesses, all of that are just fruits of that. So if we focus on ourselves, the vine, the fruit's going to come, guys. It's a day-to-day, it's a daily discipline. Self-discipline is self-love. What if you thought about your schedule like that? Me being self-disciplined in my schedule is me loving myself. And by me loving myself, I'm able to love everyone around me better each day. Because the vine doesn't stop growing if it's fed and it's watered and it's getting sunlight. You guys have to treat yourself and your minds the same exact way. Any thoughts on that? You guys agree, disagree?
Completely agree. 100%. Completely agree.
How often do we need to remind ourselves of that, though? You know? Multiple times in a day for me. And I'm up here preaching this stuff. What's funny is when I'm saying this stuff, I'm talking to myself. And that's why I feel blessed to be here, because I have to go to a morning power up every morning that's reminding me that this life I live is so much bigger than me. And I got to make sure my mind's starting off right. That's why I'm so thankful for you guys, too. We all get to grow together, guys. It's an exciting thing. Life's an exciting thing, and we have to look at it with a vigor. Like, I want to live this life so big that it's so much bigger than me that when I pass, they get to be like, I knew that guy. He was awesome. He loved big. Legacies. You guys want to leave a good legacy, right? Legacy is everything. Legacy literally is everything to me. This life, it says, is but a vapor. But man, I want it to be a good one. At least a good smelling one. But treating this life like a vapor not only will humble us and reduce our stress and anxiety on an hour-by-hour basis, but it will remind us that we're here for such a brief time. Why aren't we going to make every minute of every hour count? So, so important. When your willingness and effort is low, and you guys know you can consciously take inventory of yourself on a half-hour basis, right? We have the freedom and the power to do that. When your willingness and your effort is low, you're thinking more of the obligation than the opportunity. Isn't that crazy? If I wake up every morning and I'm like, man, I gotta go to work, I gotta go to my job, I've already lost. Because I'm going into it thinking it's an obligation. No, this is an opportunity. Every single day we have that opportunity. Whether you work, have a job, whatever, it doesn't matter, guys. It's that thinking, it's the process. It's going to change everything. So, got a little sidetracked. I wasn't really planning on that, but I'm so passionate about it. Like, I'm going to keep talking about it, guys. You guys are going to get sick of me talking about this, but if I have to remind myself this much, I believe that every one of us, because the society we lived in, we're so bogged down with crap that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what's in your bank account. Don't matter how many properties you own. It really doesn't, guys. What are you guys giving to the people around you? How are you feeding them on a deeper level? Because, guys, this life is but a vapor. It's... Oh, man. Time to celebrate. Let's switch gears a little bit. I just got really deep, and I got to loosen this up a little bit. Father's Day is June 17th. Father's Day. Great day.
Yeah.
Great day. And it's not only what I've learned in my life. I have so many good men in my life that take this opportunity to thank a good man in your life for just being... We got a great father-daughter relationship here. Oh, thank you, Jesus, for that. Thank you. But, man, guys, these men, or should I say lack of men, you know that people go their whole lives with hurt that they never talk about because of their fathers, their lack of fathers, the lack of men in their life? I'm so blessed to have good men and have had good men in my life that have fed into me, whether they were my dad or not. I have a stepdad that is my dad, and I love him so much. He is my rock and has been my rock. But I've had so many men pour into me, like, I just thank God for it, because it's hard not having a dad. It's so hard. And it can be on multiple levels. And so it's such a blessing, number one, to acknowledge that dad, if you have him in your life, but if not, the men that have impacted you and have given you that fatherly figure. Because, guys, there's a lot of people hurting out there because of this right now in our states, in our country, across the world. So let's just be thankful for them. It's coming up. In case you guys forget, if you're like me, like I'm like, oh crap, I got to get some gifts. I got to do some, if nothing else, I got to get ready and start making some good phone calls. So just a reminder to all y'all about that. A reminder of our mission. Our mission here at KW is to help our agents build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living. And see, when I joined KW, they didn't have these bottom two. This is a newer addition. Experiences worth giving and legacies worth leaving, which I think all are great. All five are great. But I really love the experiences worth giving and legacies worth leaving. In my opinion, those weigh heavier than the top three. I think actually focusing on the bottom two give you the top three, and why I think it's so cool that KW added those on. I get a lot more passionate about the bottom two than I do the rest. I mean, lives worth living, yeah, but if you're not creating experiences worth giving or legacies worth leaving, you're not living a life worth living. You don't have a business worth owning, and I can guarantee you won't have a career worth having. So this is our cornerstone, guys. It's our cornerstone at KW and why I love it so much. bold topic. Lead generation, gratitude, follow-up. I had a mastermind Tuesday at 11:30, and it's going to be every Tuesday at 11:30 after the Paso Caravan. Here in the KW office, I invite other brokers. If you want to have a mastermind, I want our whole industry to get better, not just this office. So if you don't want your agents coming over here, can you invite me over to your office? Can we all hold a mastermind? You can hold it. Can I just be in the crowd? Because to me, this industry needs so much more love than almost any of the other industries I see. Everyone has their own business and wants to run it their own way, but because of that, we have ego and pride that build up in people. And I want to slash it down. I want us all to get back to our roots and be humble. And that means getting along with everyone. Tired of real estate being full of backstabbing and talking bad about people, because it goes back to this life is but a vapor. Why are you talking trash on people? Really? Why are you doing it? So any other brokerage that's watching, you probably aren't, but you might hear this later from one of your agents that are. I want us all to get better. I'm going to make an announcement at the MLS for that. Something I'm really passionate about is this mastermind and us all getting better as agents. So every Tuesday at 11:30, that's when we'll be having that. We talked about lead generation, sources that it's coming from. Not only sources that it's coming from, how can we maximize what we're good at and reduce what we're not good at? Me personally, I made thousands of phone calls in my first 3 months. Didn't make a single cold call after that. What would that look like for your guys' business if you were able to do that? And I'm sure people are watching, it's like, what? He said don't hit the phones. Like, I'm telling you, if you're good at other stuff and we learn how to maximize that, you can have a successful business, period. Lead generation is lead generation is lead generation. Whether it's cold calling, warm calling, emailing, video emailing, Facebook messaging, this marketing, that, it doesn't matter. Let's figure out what it is for you and let's blow it up. Let's make it bigger and better than everyone else. That's how you guys differentiate yourself and how you stay passionate about what you're doing. You guys know if you're not passionate about what you're doing, you will burn out in a business. And then when you burn out, you become who the crowd or the audience, in this case your clients, they don't need that. They don't need people that are burnt out. Y'all got to be passionate about what you're doing. And it's okay if you're not, because I got burnt out in real estate in 3 years. Sold 100 homes and I was burnt out. Thank God this opportunity opened up to remind me why I'm in this business. It's to teach and to preach. Every day I get to come in, I'm like, this is church. Like, I get to love on people. And this industry needs it so much, and I understand why God has me here. We all need more love. We need to learn how to give that to our clients and to our fellow realtors as an industry to raise us up. We're not used car salesmen. We're selling people their biggest asset a lot of times. The biggest asset they'll ever have in their life, we're handling. Yet, we get so transactional, we just throw that out the window. We have to keep that front of mind, because when we keep that front of mind, like, this is Bob and Joe's biggest investment of their life, it gets you a lot more likely to get down on a knee with them and you start being able to connect with them at this level instead of you being here, them being there. Or even them being up here and you being down there. Because I've been an agent when I first got in the business where I was down here and I let my clients up here. Guys, it's about finding that middle ground, connecting with them there, and humanizing yourselves. This business becomes so dehumanized. And we are in the business of relationships. This is what this is. So understanding and getting to know our clients and actually having that care in our heart for what's best for them, we don't even have to try when you do that. You don't have to try. It just comes naturally. And so that's what I want to just continue teaching and preaching on, and why I'm going to be constantly reminding us, because it's very easy to forget that. Gratitude. You guys, I've talked about this the whole time, but what would it look like if you're scared to make cold calls, if you just made a few gratitude calls on a daily basis to past clients? If you made a few gratitude calls to family that you haven't talked to in a while, what would that do for your heart? And what happens when you start changing your heart? Your business starts changing, because you start impacting the lives of those a lot more than you were previously, because you have a lot more love in your heart than you did previously. So gratitude, big topic of mine, and follow-up. The magic is in the follow-up. How do we follow up with our clients? We can create systems in order to do that. We can create schedules that'll help us do that. If we grow our business to a certain point, guys, which as soon as I got in the business, I realized, you know what? I need people around me that are going to do all the things that I don't want to do, because I still need to do those things. But if I'm not going to do them, how can I leverage those around me, family, friends, whatever? How can I maximize my business so I'm not having to deal with people that don't want to deal with me? That was huge. So we're going to be talking more about follow-up and what that looks like. And it's going to be an ongoing topic. But I just want you guys thinking about that. How can I be more conscious of my follow-up? And there's something about following up that I wrote down. Let's see here. And it's, here it is. When we follow up, it demonstrates sincerity. Number one, you show people that you care about them. It shows integrity, doing what you say you're going to do. And it demonstrates credibility, all by following up. So what if we took our approach to follow-up, instead of being like, oh man, I got to follow up with Mr. Buyer or Seller that don't really like me, things aren't going too good. What if we took the mindset, the minute before the phone call, that by calling them, even though I don't want to, I'm demonstrating sincerity, I'm showing integrity, and giving them credibility of who I am. If we approached it with that mindset, would our follow-up calls look a lot different? Would they not weigh on us as heavy as they probably normally do? Man, mindset, guys, the power of it. The power of it. All right. Thank you. Partners. We got Movement Mortgage and Ron here, and he will give us, here in just a second, what's going on with the interest rates and talking about the market. We have Placer Title here.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Not an agency of Utah.
Insurance.
A mother load company.
We are a mother load company.
But you're not the insurance agency of Utah.
No, but
Y'all were in the
that is actually a title insurance company in Utah.
That is so funny. We'll make that edit. Jen at front desk, if you're watching this right now, make that edit in the slideshow for next month so we don't have that happening again. All right. Always getting better, guys. We got Old Republic here, right? Oh, no. First American Home Warranty. Forgive me. I'm only human. First American Home Warranty. And you brought us lunch, right, Melody?
Yeah.
Thank you, Melody. We appreciate that so much. Give her a hand real quick, guys. Here at KW, we just love our people that support us. We want our businesses to be of one like mind, because you guys know when we all get along and we all have one like-mindedness, it's not for us. It's not for our benefit. It's for the benefit of our clients. That's who we work for. So when we're able to be in unison with one another in a like-mindedness of just doing the absolute best for our clients, life will go smoother, business will go smoother. Yes, we're going to have hang-ups and whatever, but get your people in place. Have conversations with them. Build relationships with them. They're a big part of the success of your deal. So thank you, Melody. Thank you, Julie. Appreciate you. We're going to come back to, and do you have something to say to Melody? Are you okay with coming?
Yeah, she's going to go at the end. So you got Ron, myself, Melody.
Thank you.
Just
Perfect.
tell us kind of loop us in on the time of what.
Okay, yeah, we're moving right along. Listing and pitches. I'm not going to pull up the CRMLS right now. Is there anyone here that has a listing that they can talk about? If not, it's okay. All right.
Okay, so I have, 17480 Pine Street. It's in Atascadero, but it's really in Garden Farms in Santa Margarita. It is, I was trying to figure out how to put it on as a multi-unit. It's 2 houses on 1 property. It's 8 miles from Cal Poly.
Great.
One's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. One's a 1-bedroom, 1 bath. It's on a little less than half an acre. Jenna and Marissa have seen it. It's a great opportunity. It's only $549.
Such a great neighborhood.
Wow.
Great neighborhood.
$549, you said?
$549.
Guys, that's a great deal.
And
That's a great deal.
they have a creek on one side. They have virtually no neighbors. It's very private, very peaceful, and it's again like West Garden Farms. And so it's got its own private water source. Garden Farms has their own
RV parking.
RV parking.
Yeah.
Well, for college kids, that means you got 3 houses. All
Yeah,
right.
exactly. And there's one more coming up tomorrow in Grover Beach if you know anybody interested. But it's
Awesome.
basically a 4-bedroom, 2 bath. They kind of remodeled. They've thrown a lot of money into it, and it looks beautiful.
That is so awesome.
And
You're
that's
absolutely killing it.
$5.95.
Wow. Can we give her a hand? She's been killing it. Just real quick. Since I've been here, it's like I just keep seeing her name on stuff, and I'm just like, man, you guys got a good thing going. It's my honor to be in business with you guys. I'm so happy you guys are here. So thank you for all that you do. Noel, what you got going? What you got cooking?
I'm listening in Templeton, but we can't show it yet. The tenants are in there, and they're trying to get permission to move into a mobile home in one of the parks.
Got it.
But it's a 3+2. It's a cute little house. 5.25 asking. We're doing a lot of work on the outside and the inside as soon as the tenants get out.
Great. I
What's the
understand how
lot
that
size?
goes.
That's right.
What's the lot size?
What's the
Lot. What's the lot size?
8,000 foot. The
Okay.
house is 1,400 feet.
Okay.
3+2. But the tenants are being a little difficult to work with right now. So as soon as they get out, we can open it up.
Cash
Keep
for
them
keys.
posted.
Awesome. Okay. Good job, Noel. I know you've been working on that. Keep me up to date with how it goes. Appreciate you, man. Vicky?
I've got one coming on in a couple days in Cayugas.
Awesome. Love Cayugas.
Yeah, real nice home. Really did a lot of work to it, probably about $50,000 worth of work done because the termite came back substantially higher than they thought. So they replaced some decks, painted inside and out, new flooring, and so on. Partial view, it's one of those homes in Cayugas that's not on the ocean side but across the highway. So you know how the homes are kind of close together, but they do have a pretty nice view of the ocean on the corner there. So I'm thinking probably 749 range. I think it's gonna come on, 3-bedroom, 2-bath,
Great.
about 1,800 square feet. So finally
Great
getting
listing.
that all done. Yeah, it's taken, but
Good
the
job,
sellers
Vicky.
are really, really accommodating with everything that I asked them to fix. So I'm really happy about that. So.
That is really good. It's
Yeah.
nice to have clients that listen
Oh,
to you, right?
it is. It is.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's good, and it's probably because that you've connected with them on such a level. They know you care so much that you're not going to tell them to do anything that they
Right,
shouldn't
yeah.
do. And that's why having that relationship
Very
is
easy.
so key, so vital. And even, don't get me wrong, I've had deals where I've had a great relationship with them, and they still won't do it. The dang thing I tell them, but that's just because they don't want to do the work. So you can't control everything about it, but being relational is going to have them do a lot, willing to do a lot more and care about what you say. Needs and wants, and then I'm kicking it over to you, Ron. So any needs and wants, any people out there that have a buyer in a specific price range that are in needing in a specific area, just communicating about that sometimes is good to put it out. If not, no big deal. We'll move on to Ron. Good? Awesome. That's a nice looking house. I like that. Yeah, very modern. All right, Ron, let's kick it over to you. Ron, y'all know Ron, and I'm going to do a quick plug. Chateau Lateau tonight, 5 to 7, all ages. 4 to 6.
4 to 6.
4 to 6 because of
Earlier.
Part.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, because people are thirsty and they deserve wine earlier.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So 4 to 6, his place right here on 13th Street.
Yeah.
Is it 2 free pours?
2 free.
Oh man.
2 free
Yeah.
bottles.
No.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
No, that's a RESPA violation. I'm pretty sure that's it.
Yeah. So if you could
But
just
certainly 2 free
It's a
glasses.
business violation.
got it. Yeah, talk about that.
It could be a driving violation.
For sure, a driving violation.
So enjoy responsibly, folks. But what I wanted to do was give you guys some good news after 7 months of interest rates climbing, and I'm sure you're all aware of this. The interest rates have been going up. We've been talking about the Fed raising rates. You know that the mortgage interest rates are going up. We've had 2 solid weeks of easing of interest rates. So the rates are now nationally 4.5% at 0.5 point. So that's good news.
Yeah.
Very good. Mm-hmm.
And still looking at over the average, I mean, we're still in record lows, guys.
Yeah.
We got spoiled over the last few years. Like, I can tell you, an economy can't stand an interest rate being that low. As much as I would love that we could all have free money, that's practically what it was. We're still great. we still have great interest rates, so that's how we have to look at it, I believe.
Certainly, yeah, historically speaking, we're in a wonderful 4.5 is low.
Yeah.
But it would be remiss if I didn't tell you rates are gonna go up throughout the year. They're
Yep.
gonna continue to go up. The employment numbers that came out last week were better than expected, which bolsters the fact that there's gonna be, the expectation at least, that there's gonna be 2, maybe even 3 more interest rate hikes this year. So we're in an environment where they're going up. We just have a little dip before they go up again.
Got it.
So rates are good. Overall, rates are good. And I don't know if you guys recognize this, but or were aware of this next thing. But the BRE has been demolished and is going away. The Bureau of Real Estate is going
Right.
away after 5 short years. People no longer need to be protected against realtors and lenders, and we're going to be turned back into the good old DRE, the Department of Real Estate, the way it used to be before government had to protect people from realtors.
That's right.
So this is a little bit of good news, and I feel like I have a kind of warm, fuzzy feeling about it.
Yeah.
We're getting better, guys. We're gonna keep getting better too.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's all I have for you guys today. So go out there and talk to your folks and know that you're not having to they are not having to be protected from you.
Yeah.
You're in a position of acceptance. We've got good rates. It's a wonderful
Thanks,
time to be in the real estate
Any
business.
encouragement like that, thank you.
Yes. Give Ron a hand real quick, guys. I appreciate Ron so much. And an important thing as an agency you guys need to take away from it, how do we use whatever's going on in the market or interest rates to talk to our buyers and to our sellers? The conversation is always there. You guys realize whether interest rates are up, down, they're moving up, they're moving down, there's always a conversation there with either side. So creating a conversation that's going to be motivating for whatever side you're talking to is important. I used to literally sit down and write it out and then go through and write it out again and edit it to where I'm just speaking and it's just coming out like, this dude knows what he's talking about. No, I don't. I just wrote it down a lot and I understood it. Once you understand something, it's easy to just have a conversation with someone. If you don't understand it, it's a lot more difficult and it seems a lot more rehearsed. And it seems like, well, this guy's just kind of talking out his ass. Like, no, like, you guys know your stuff. Be knowledgeable. You're realtors. Do you need to know everything on the lending side? No. Do you need to know everything on the escrow side? No. But do you guys have to have a general good idea so you can speak to your clients about it? Yes. Because it differentiates you from all the other realtors who think it's not their job to do this. It's not their job to do this. Let me tell you something. As a realtor, it is your job. It is your job to advise your client one way or the other. You don't have to give them the answer, but you got to know where to point them and you got to know enough. Got to know a general sense of the whole package. Before I got in the real estate business, my first month, I had meetings with lenders and escrow officers. People thought, why are you doing that, Blake? Weirdo? Like, who cares? Like, you don't have to do that. Well, yes, I do, because I want them to know that if they come to me, I can guide them wherever. And I think I did have, because I didn't know what home warranty was. I didn't understand it. So I had to have a sit down with, what is home warranty? Or what is this? How is it benefiting my sellers? How does it benefit my buyers? I want to be so well versed in all aspects that, man, this dude knows what he's talking about. He hasn't sold one house, but dang it, he's the smartest realtor I've talked to. It don't matter what kind of volume you guys do, guys. It's about how intentional you are. It's about how purposeful you are. So that's all I have to really say about that. Thank you, Ron, for that. Real quick, our latest cappers, and I don't know if last month we congratulated you or not. I wasn't here for it. But Mindy, guys, that's such an accomplishment. And let me tell you guys, like, if you're not a capper yet, like, that should be your number one goal. Or if you haven't even half cap should be your goal. Set goals for yourself that are realistic, but be excited about it, guys. And this is such a big accomplishment. Mindy, I hope that you've taken the time to acknowledge this is such a big thing, and you should be so proud of yourself to have the family that you do and do all that you do for your clients and everything else. Like, you're an influencer. You're more than just a realtor, you're an influencer. And that should be all of our jobs, to be so much more than realtors.
And you'll really appreciate when you get that next check. And you go,
oh yeah, 100%. 100% is very nice, absolutely.
very nice.
And then Owen isn't here, but Owen Schwagerly, I'm sure you guys have heard the buzz about this kid. Just an absolute real estate phenom. 10 months in the business, has how much?
He's on pace to do 20, 25 million this year.
He's on pace to do 20, 25 million in inventory. Wow.
Oh, there you go.
That makes me sweat just out of exhaustion because I know what it takes at that level to do it, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Keep that down. I didn't know that. I'm having a conversation with him next week. All right, so congratulations to you guys. Let's, Linda Grande and Jessica French, they're not here. They are new agents for us. If you're listening, we're happy to be in business with you. Thank you for choosing KW. And then let me go over here real quick because we have an escrow officer here since I was talking about escrow and how important it is as a realtor to know just the basics of stuff. Look at, she's so good. She literally has a slideshow that are basics of escrow and title insurance.
And just to clarify, I'm not an escrow officer.
Got it.
I have mad respect for the ladies that do that job, but I do branch manage the office and sales manage.
You know the process decently then.
And I want to also say thank you to everyone who's done business with us already.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
And Owen has called me a few times asking questions. He asked a lot of questions.
Good. Good.
So,
Yeah, that's what you
how much
saw.
time do I have so I can kind of gauge this?
You got 10 minutes.
Okay, we're going to go with this a lot to cover in 10 minutes, but, okay,
You
so
can have as long as you want. I'm just saying people might leave.
I'm going to try to
Not because of you, because it's 2 o'clock. That's my fault. I talk too much. That's all.
Okay, so the handout that I had that's over here on the side, sorry for not putting that out when you walked in. It's the one I left the other day when I was here, and if you're looking for anything, this is kind of a guide to get you to know how to request it. And if you're looking for property profiles, if you're looking for net sheets, if you're looking for anything, title searching, shoot me an email. I can help you. You wanted me to talk about Breakthrough Broker. So Breakthrough Broker, I can set anybody up on. This is a great marketing tool for anything real estate related. So if you're wanting to order postcards through the system, you can do that. If you want to print postcards on your own, if you need content for social media, it's just a really, really great go-to program. Just going to briefly talk about how Placer Title is different. So we aren't Placer Title of Utah, but that is a division of our company. So we're based out of Northern California. We do all our title searching in Northern California. We produce our own prelim. We have the same exact products as everybody else. How we're different is we have multiple underwriters. So we can issue a Westcor title insurance policy, an Old Republic title policy, a First American title policy, or a North American title policy now. So what does that mean to you guys? It just means that if we have maybe a problem with one of the underwriters, we can go to another underwriter. So if there's something, a history something has gone on the title in the past, we have another person to go to. So it's no different than Ron searching with a different type of lender to use. So I'd like to explain that because we are different in that way. So if you do need research done ahead of time, just shoot me an email. Say, hey, can you tell me what's going on in this property before I go out and take my listing? Or if you want a nice fancy property profile, I can get you that as well. Give you the vesting deeds, give you comps, give you maps, give anything you're looking for that's going to make you look like, hey, I've done my homework before you go out there. Okay, because limited time, I'm going to kind of blast through here and I'm going to leave you guys with some really good handouts. I encourage you to take the time, and if you want to have the PowerPoint sent to you, I can email that to you as well. Okay, so everybody here, minus maybe Michael, who's brand new, escrow, we are the neutral party in the real estate transaction. So when you open escrow with us, we're essentially working with your buyer or your seller, okay? So on the selling side, we're gathering information from the seller. We're taking care of the existing liens on the property. On the buying side, we're facilitating, if they're a cash buyer, we're handling that money side of it, and we're also working with the lender if they're getting a loan. So we're neutral. We are basically taking instruction from all parties. We're not telling anybody how they should be doing anything. They need to tell us. So if you weren't an agent representing your client, you walked into our office and you said, or somebody walked in the office without an agent, we still are going to tell them the same thing. They need to tell us what we need to be doing. We're not going to come up with the rules in the real estate transaction. We are totally neutral to the party. So any questions on that? And what I really like to try to get across to you guys is we're doing escrow and we're doing title. It's two totally separate things going on that just happen to be housed in our office. That in this county, we primarily do escrow and title together. Southern California, it's not the case. They do standalone escrow and they do standalone title. So when you start thinking about that, you understand a little bit better. Okay, so title. Okay, so basically title insurance. We're issuing a title policy to your buyer, okay, stating that they're purchasing this property. This is the largest investment that they're going to make, that we are going to insure it. And we are doing that by thoroughly searching it, going through the records. When you guys get your preliminary title report, this could be a whole nother class. What is that? So when you get your preliminary title report, take the time to look it over. If there's anything that doesn't look right, call us, question it. There could be something on there that might not be on there. So we go back, we double check it. Sometimes there's old deeds of trust that are still outstanding, and we have to go back and verify, was this handled in a prior transaction? We might have to call the other title company and find out if this was handled in a prior transaction. But the last thing we want to have happen is we do not want you in court. We don't want to be in court either. I mean, we want to do our thorough searching in regards to that transfer. So that's title insurance. So on top of the title insurance, when you're representing a seller, make sure they get that statement of information back to us. So if you have like a Tom Smith, or a George Lopez, or a common names especially, we need that statement back from them, because we're clearing their name. So it's not only what's on the property, it's what's on their name personally. We have become the debt collector, because we also want to make sure when we're issuing title insurance, it's clear. But part of that issuing clear title insurance is making sure state liens, federal tax liens, child support, anything that is a negative on that person's name is taken care of. Does everybody understand that? So you might get a prelim, and you might get another revised prelim after we get that statement back from the seller saying there might be something else pop up. So if you ever have that scenario, like, why is this just coming up right now? That's because that name hadn't been cleared.
No, that's strike two.
We can start fining for a cause in here.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, we used to a long time ago.
Okay, so giving you a little bit update. So we have been electronically recording since the beginning of March.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's new for this county. A lot of other counties have done it for a long time. So just basically what that means to you is Monday, it's like a Friday every day. So Monday through Friday, we can record from 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Those are our time allotments and we basically are scanning from our desk and recording from our desk. So it makes it really a lot better.
It's great for getting your checks, guys. Don't you guys hate it when it was fun on a Friday and then you're not getting paid or recording or whatever till whatever Monday or Monday's a holiday, Tuesday, and it's like I need to go eat.
And I really try to bring if I'm around and up here, I really try to bring the commission checks to all the offices. I mean, I really find that's really important. I like to do it. It's my favorite part of the job. We get paid when you get paid too, so it's exciting for us as well. Okay, we already covered that. Researching, I mentioned this briefly, researching your property that you're either going out on listing. If you're representing the buyer, research it as well. You can't research a property enough. I think the biggest thing that we've seen is the deeds. People, in your little tax reporting system that you guys look up your properties, it might say like Smith Trust et al. You need to ask for the vesting deed from us, and that way you can see what your contract should be looking like. Because they only have, in your little automated system, it only has a little tiny space to fill in. It doesn't, if you have 3 parties or 4 parties or a large name trust, it doesn't have enough spaces to fill in. So make sure you ask for the vesting deed. Shoot me an email. Can you tell me who's vested on this property, and I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, there you go.
We just talked about that. This is really important, because if you do have somebody that tells you, oh yeah, I can sign on behalf of the trust, and you go out and you take that listing and they can, but so do the other two siblings, then you're having to go back and re-execute your listing agreement.
Yep.
So just verify who's should be signing your contract.
I have a quick question for you. If indeed that does happen, and we're in escrow, can't you do a form adding the other two people on there?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
I mean, from the standpoint,
if that should happen.
yeah, I mean, basically, it's just you're amending your contract.
Exactly.
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
Okay.
I mean, if I were the broker of record,
Right.
I would want to see everything executed the way that you're going into escrow, but we can do an amendment.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, cash transactions. We do not take cash in escrow. We've had people walk in that want to give us cash deposits. We do not take cash. There's everything that we do in our office. We will take personal checks for deposits. That's fine. It's going to be cashier's checks when we're getting ready to close for closing funds. No money orders. We can do, of course, wiring in is fine with us too. But a true cash transaction is cash. It's not refinancing another property, and we find out about that during the escrow process. That's not a cash transaction. So just really think, is it truly, somebody says I have cash for this property, it's not using another property equity still, unless they already have that in place.
Right.
If they have that in place, then that's fine. But we have had people walk in wanting to give us cash, and we can't take cash. So I bring up issues that we've seen recently. Going through solar, that's a big one. I'm going to skip through here just due to time. Solar, if you see solar panels on there, shoot me an email. Say, hey, what do you see for our solar contract on that? That's all recorded. We know what that is, and we're going to see that on.
That's big, guys, and it's becoming more and more. Almost every single one of my deals. And guys, when it's leased,
Yeah.
it can be a headache because you got to get that buyer now qualified for whatever.
And they are
The
getting
program
better
is-
though.
Yes.
They really.
And around here, y'all got more money than where I'm from.
Yeah.
So a lot of the solar's purchased, but I'm like, woohoo!
There's
Yeah.
a
Thank
small,
you, Jesus,
it's
for
a
that.
small percentage that actually
Yeah.
is purchased, but there are some that are
Yeah.
purchased.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
And
glad
then-
you brought solar up because that's
Yeah.
going to be an ongoing thing, guys. We're
Yeah.
transitioning to that, so it's good that we're
Right.
top of mind when we see those.
And then if it's an HOA,
Mhm.
that's another thing to ask the question, who's the managing party of the HOA? That would be like on my little listing checklist. If I was going to go out list properties, that's what I would be asking that question. I'm going to skip through some of this also, and if anything stands out, I'm going to bring it up.
And we're going to keep having you in here to do stuff as long as you want to be here. But this is a learning-based place, guys, and I want us to be so knowledgeable of this. And this is information she's given you so valuable. I want her to be back here regularly,
Yeah,
just
thank you.
teaching this stuff. So.
Yes, definitely.
Also, so we mentioned the HOA and solar, rents and deposits. If you have a rental that is in escrow, that is something that's part of your process as well. So there's prorations that have to be dealt with. So especially if that renter's staying in that property, it is a big deal. We have to address it. Commissions, you guys want to get paid, right? We don't know what your commission breakdown is, so we need to know. That's kind of come up again, popped up as one of our issues. It might be a 6% commissions, but we don't know what the split is. We can't assume that the split's 3 and 3.
Agents having a TC for this is huge. It really helps alleviate all of that stress, having a TC on your transactions.
Also letting us know how your client wants to communicate. We're doing our opening packages via DocuSign, just like you guys do. So we gather as much information with the DocuSign opening package, and we follow up with, of course, grantee from the seller has to be notarized. But that's easy to accomplish, even if they're out of the country. We can get that taken care of. But we are doing the opening packages via DocuSign. We take my escrow officers in Paso and the whole county. We have the 4 offices in the county. We take great pride in trying to get the opening packages out quickly. Sometimes they are a little busier, but I know at least my Paso office, they're really, really good about getting those packages opened and sent out via DocuSign. So let the escrow officers know if you have somebody that wants snail mail, we're happy to do that as well. But we found that the DocuSign, because you are using DocuSign, we found that it's really easy for your client to use DocuSign with us. So we do require, if your seller is out of state or out of area, we have approved companies that we work with. We don't want them just walking into a UPS store to have the grantee notarized. have we accepted that in the past? We do not like to, because we want to make sure they're with one of our approved notaries that's bonded. And we just want to, again, it's for everybody's, benefit in the long run, that we don't end up in a legal situation because maybe there was a fraudulent notary that took place. So we do use approved notaries, and they're companies that will send out. Okay, we talked about this. Any changes in your contract during the process? A lot of times you have the changes and you don't let escrow know. So we don't know, until we're getting ready to close and then something's just not right. So please, any amendments, any changes you guys make sure you let your escrow officer know. If it's closing earlier, it's closing later. That seems to be a big one too. Lenders and credits, I'd say check with your lender. If Ron was here, I'd say he could address that. That is a big deal. Making sure kind of how you write your contract in regards to your lender's credit. Again, check with your lender, because sometimes they want it formatted a certain way, especially for your buyer that's going in a certain type of loan. No last minute bills. It becomes a big deal. We have to disclose all the bills to the lender. So they are approving everything. So if we get last minute, like we're getting ready to close, and we got to get this bill in, it could hold up your closing. It more than likely will hold up your closing. So any bills that need to be in, as soon as you get them in, forward it on to your escrow officer. This is big. Termite. Your contract doesn't provide for termite, and the buyer's getting a loan, the termite bill should not be submitted to us, because once it's submitted to us, we have to share it with that lender.
God,
so
that's big.
it's a big deal.
Seen deals blow up because of that.
So so if your seller wants to do that ahead of time when he puts the property on the market, that's probably the best way to do it. Just because there's work that needs to be done, it's just not going to hang up anything. And that's it. I blasted through a whole bunch of material. I do have some really, really good handouts. So any type of handout that you want, I probably have it. Ron was just asking about supplemental tax bills. He just got a call, and I said, I have a handout for that. So if you're looking for something, if you're wanting to mail out some informational piece, or if you're walking a neighborhood and you want to provide some information, I probably have a great handout for you. So also Breakthrough Broker has great ideas as well. So thank you very much.
Perfect. Give her a hand up, guys. Thank you so much for all that you do, and I'm sorry for putting a time limit on you.
No worries. It actually puts me in check a little quicker. But I want to share something, because as you were talking about the motivational side of it, I really changed my thinking. It was maybe about 3-4 years ago that everybody goes, I have to go to work, or I have to clean the house, or I have to do. And it's like, hey, I get to do this. Yeah. And I think when you say I get to do something, I have the privilege to get to do something, I think your mindset changes. And even from the dreaded vacuuming, I'm like, I kind of enjoy it. It's kind of therapeutic now. So I think when you really think positively about, I get to do this, it's exciting, or I get to go work out, or I get to go for a run. Yes. I think your mindset really changes. And I think, just applying that to your business. I like the positivity. It's great.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And guys, just elaborating on that real quick, not saying anything much, but give yourself grace, because you're literally rewiring your brain. There's chemicals that our brain puts out every time with our thoughts. So give yourself grace. If you're going through it and you're like, man, yesterday was a great day, but today, just like, I can't get it right. It's okay, but just stay on top of it. Day by day, day over day. So thank you so much for all that you do, all that Placer does for us. We'll keep having you in to teach. Absolutely valuable, invaluable information for us all. And if we could have, there's no slideshow or nothing for you, right?
Nope.
I was going to say, I don't see anything here. I hope I'm not going to get in trouble. Melody, come on down. Give her a hand real quick, guys.
And what Julie says, I'm going to take off. I get to do this.
That's right.
I get privileged 24 hours to fix your client's problems.
Yeah.
I get to do this. I've been doing this a long time. Anyways, my name is Melody Maddox, and I'm with First American Home Warranty and Natural Hazard Disclosure. I am not a title rep. A lot of people get me confused. So I am a home warranty and natural hazard. And Julie with Placer, we do our NHDs with JCP, not JC Penney's, but JCP. So when they order like NHDs from me, you're going to see that. That's me, and it's the same report as First American. And it's a nice report because it has the whole parcel, and we're going to give you a flood cert. And what you said is, find out who your team is. You don't want to be liable answering questions that are detailed, especially about the NHD report. That's tough. I'm getting blinded by the light.
I'm sorry.
But you want, so we have a person that will call your clients up, call you up to go intense with those NHD questions. You shouldn't really be answering them because of liability. You know the basics, but that's it. Yep. Call us. Use that. That's free for you, and they're very good at doing that. That's important. Also, marking your boxes. That 7D, the environmental box, that gets missed. That's your gas line, not from the street to your house, but the whole gas line that goes through California. Oil, contaminations, all that good stuff. You need to make sure you're marking the box on RPA. The NHD, we order really quick. Right at the beginning, it takes 1 minute, and you got that there. So when we do plaster, I'm always ordering the JCP. We work really close with Julie. They're great, and they get the information out to you. So that was a thing. I'm going to twist it because I know we don't have a lot of time, and that could take a long time. Home warranties is what you kind of wanted me to talk about today.
Yeah.
Marketing tools.
Yeah.
We have a site, and I don't have it on the computer. When we make you an account free, you can go to our marketing site in the upper right, and it's pretty cool because you can customize it. You can take your name, you can take the KW logo, and you just upload it. So what that means, your open house, when you're doing an open house, you can have your marketing materials with your name and your face. You don't have to use your business cards. It's personalized. We have maintenance tips. You can do that. We'll print them out, send you some copies, or you can email it out to your clients. Seasonal. We're going into the summer with educational seasonal with air conditioning, Freon. You got to order the upgrade. Why? Because it has the Freon. If you just order the basic and the AC, you keep the cost down, your clients are going to have the Freon. So it's really important you call the rep up to say, hey, what do I need? What do I need to order for the best interest of my client, especially here in North County? You sold your mom and dad's house in Morro Bay. They don't have AC. It's a completely different hat. So you don't want to pay for air conditioning if you don't have it. Cayugas, not a lot that has it. So that's where the rep comes in to specially orders that. One thing Julie said, you got to get this information to your escrow. I will have 2 agents change it literally 10 times sometimes. Escrow going, which one do I use? Oh my God, take the refrigerator on. No, put it in. When you do your RPA and the home warranty, there's a line. If you don't know, write it in. I want the pool, I want the well, I want the washer, dryer, refrigerator. Because a lot of times what I'm seeing, especially I don't know why Santa Maria is doing it, they're getting into these arguments. Well, I put $600 in, but you didn't write it in. The other one says, well, just put in what you can. No, you didn't put it on the line. Which way's right? It's becoming a problem. You need to be real, write it in, and if escrow lets me know, because escrow doesn't want to order them. They're not home warranty. What happens if they forget your air conditioning and it breaks and you go after Julie with the and you're gonna buy it? So please don't put that pressure on escrow. They're not supposed to order home warranties. That's where our job comes in. We see what's on you tell us what's on your contract, and then we order the right product for you. We have door hangers. I have them out there. The marketing tools. If you sit down and go through, if you pay for the home warranty, I don't know how many times I hear that. I have nothing to give my clients. Well, now you can personalize it with a bow. You just spent $400 on this home warranty. Yep. You can email that. You said follow up in 2 weeks. It's awesome. Also, if you order your home warranty, if you call me, I'm always going to hit the box, keep in touch. At the very end of the email process, which you guys can use, I hit the box, keep in touch. So when they get the home warranty, a letter's going to go out to them. They're going to get their contract, then a letter's going to go out every 3 months to keep in touch. So like what you said, follow up. A lot of agents fall off the train, and then they lose their people. And they go, I never heard from my agent again. I don't know who they were. We're in a constant follow-up. If we do a repair, replacing a $3,000 AC, you're going to get a service card. You're going to go, that's cool. And then you're going to call them up. And if they had a bad tech, you're going, oh no. Then you're going to call me and say, hey, Melody, they had some bad service issues, something didn't go right, call them. I come into the situation on bad stuff, and then I make it good stuff, because that's that communication, having your special rep. Yeah. I've been doing this 18 years right now, and so calling up your people, walking through, finding the solution, being what you said, a team player, finding your team, your chemistry that works good with you, and the company that backs you up. Yeah. For First American Home Warranty, They back me up on the service claims. They help me out. I have a great management system. That's huge. Text, if we get a bad one, a good one. But the marketing tools are cool. You see a lot of them. And I can go over those later with you. These are the door hangers, especially, going out there if you want to do this at an open house. I mean, if you're not a door hanger person, I would give them out at an open house. Put your card on there, keep this. You could do the listing coverage to be ahead of your competitors. If you're sitting there with people and you're very unsure about the natural hazard, it's huge. NHD's a big department. We have a geologist, Pat McLean. He has an academy. If you go on there, it's 3 minutes. He talks about a 3-minute little spill, why it's the law that you need the NHD. You could turn that little video on while you're taking copies and running around, say, watch this, to Mr. Seller. This is why you have to have that. You're not saying that. Our licensed geologist is, and they're telling you why it's the law, so you don't say something wrong. They've got flood. There's no more SRA, no more of that state, the fire. He talks about the flood, all these little different scenarios. So this is huge if you want to use that. And then the tools. I mean, we're big on tools. Spice up your marketing. And I know we had a recipe card that we did. We have got great marketing tools for you. The fair's coming up. And my name's Mel Max. A lot of you have my cell phone, and I'm there to service you.
We appreciate you so much. Can we give her another round of applause real quick?
Thank you.
Having a relationship with your rep is going to save you from being literally unable to live your life when a deal is closed and you've forgotten about it, you're trying to do your next deal. I've had deals blow up and I'm getting calls, and it wrecks my world so bad that I'm unable to talk to anyone for that day, or if it's really bad that week. This is where your rep steps in. I was always a text message away, just, hey, I got a really big issue. Can you just call and settle them down? I'm in a meeting. Oh, I don't have time. This is where they step in for you. It's leverage, guys, and whether you realize it or not, you guys have a team. I don't care if you're a solo agent or not. You still have a team. You need to have your escrow officer or your escrow company, escrow and title here. You need to have your home warranty rep. Creating these relationships, it's not a relationship for you guys, it's a relationship for your clients and for your business. It's leveraging those things. So thank you, Melody. I appreciate you.
And I'm going to give a shout out to Melody. Every time I've called this lady, she'll either answer or she'll call right back. Like, we're talking, she is the best communicator.
That's great.
So,
It's huge,
yeah.
too. 18 years in the business says a lot. So,
Quick point.
yes.
Be sure that escrow uses the title company, or the home warranty company that you put on the contract. I had one switch it on me. People had a problem with their unit, or the air conditioning thing, and I called the company that I wanted. They said, oh, we don't have that. I checked the escrow thing, and they switched it without telling me.
Due diligence. Everyone just make sure you're doing due diligence on your stuff. Thank you, Noel. It's great. All right. Well, I believe that is going to be it. We are over our time. But thank you all so much. Mastermind next Tuesday at 11:30. Otherwise, y'all have a great day. Thank you for coming, and see you soon.